Other interesting political news, you have Kamala Harris running fake ads with altered headlines, but Google claims, whoopsies, it was simply a glitch. Fascinating how the glitches always favor people who are politically on the left. Please, if you know a contrarian moment or time in the comments, let me know, or let me know in the comments. Has it ever benefited anyone who is libertarian, in the middle, or on the right, politically speaking? I mean, just earlier this year, you had Google decide that every email that goes to Gmail, which again, it's their platform, it's their rights, they own it. If there's anything that has to do with Republican fundraising money, that will automatically be sent to the spam folder. They didn't do that for the Democrat emails. For those that are trying to raise campaign funds on the left, I believe the RNC was going to try to sue them for over $1 billion+ because that's the delta in fundraising they had lost. But again, at the end of the day, the court's probably just going to say, I'm pretty sure they just said, well, yeah, these people are choosing to use Gmail, it's Google's email. I mean, it's even a free product for most people. Most people don't even pay for it. So yeah, if they want to filter stuff, that's their right. Now, this is brought to us thanks to Colin Rugg over on the X Twitter. He's also a little short video from a local news network. Pull it up really quick. He says, quote, new, Google blames quote-unquote glitch for how the Harris campaign was able to trick internet users into thinking reputable news sites were giving Kamala Harris favorable reporting. It's really weird how these glitches always seem to benefit the left. Axios released a report revealing how the Harris campaign edited news headlines on search ads to trick Google users into thinking sites like The Guardian, Reuters, CBS News, and others were giving her favorable reporting. Fox News reports that Google says it was a glitch to blame. Now, there's a little bit long video, but it's probably one of the most important videos this year, especially politically speaking and technologically speaking. About 2 minutes long, and it is Fox, but yeah, it's almost like charity. How many people tune into them these days? We'll give them a view today.
Axios reporting the campaign is giving real news articles a pro-Kamala Harris spin and then using them in Google ads. Martha McCallum's been looking at this, and she joins us now. Good morning to you. Welcome back.
Good morning,
nice
Bill.
to see you.
Great to see you.
Get ready for Chicago, all right?
Here we go.
Save that for a moment here. So the trick was we'll make it like an ad, and we'll reframe the headline so that when you're searching, maybe you see the spot and you read the headline, but maybe you don't understand that it's actually sponsored by the campaign. Show it, guys. Here we go. So this involved what? They cited CNN, NPR, Reuters, Associated Press, The Guardian a lot. And you would see this as you were going through your internet search. And, well, that's cheating.
Wow, it is. You know, this is really, and I should also point out that Google says that.
A couple of these headlines, one says sponsored NPR.org, and headlines, Harris will lower health cost. And the article claims that Harris will lower the cost of high-quality, affordable health care. Which is hilarious because, wait a minute, she's been around for how many years and has done nothing? They also have an article from The Guardian. It says, paid for by Harris for President campaign. And The Guardian was rewritten to say, VP Harris fights abortion bans. Harris defends reproductive freedom. Which, again, is mentally vacuous and disingenuous because that is, again, a states' rights issue. And no matter who gets elected this upcoming presidential election, nothing is changing on that particular issue.
There was a glitch in their system that meant that some of the sort of barriers that they try to put in to make it clear what this is weren't working. Oops. I wonder if it was true for other campaigns as well. We don't know that yet, but they say they're looking into that. But just as an example, so this is a Guardian headline. VP Harris fights abortion bans. Harris defends reproductive freedom. Well, those things are true. That's a factual statement. That's something that she backs and supports. But then they have a description under the headline. So you know how there's a headline when you read a news story, then there's an under headline that you read in the news story. But it says this: VP Harris is a champion for reproductive freedom and will stop Trump's abortion bans. So the second line in what looks like a news story is actually a campaign slogan, a campaign statement. And, we all look at so much information, take in so many things so quickly throughout the day, right? This is very subtle, very manipulative. And in a moment when you also have a stepped up threat from Iran trying to get their bots into all of this and influence people in ways that are very subtle and difficult to figure out, this is something that I think requires a lot of diligence on the part of people who are looking for this information.
And Google says it's just what? They got one by the goalie? here?
Yeah, Google says, well, there was a glitch. There's supposed to be more disclosure that this is an ad, a campaign ad, and they're gonna work on that.
Yeah. Google's only sad or upset now because people found out about it. No coincidence. Got nearly 1 million views and 20,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from the Vigilant Fox, saying, quote, Fox News should really push it back harder. Everyone knows that Google has an agenda. True, getting 538 likes. Fascinating how obsessed Google is with diversity, and yet the diversity of the company, politically speaking, is over 99% Democrat. If you look at the political donations, it's overwhelmingly one-sided, which I don't think is good for the country. And I think it's one of the reasons we have so much division these days. Conrad responded saying, if this were the other way around, the media would be melting down and saying that Trump is an authoritarian trying to undermine democracy. Kamala does it, and the response is, whoops, a glitch. Yep, getting 458 likes. Paul Zupa says, Google is part of the Harris campaign. It's laughable that they still try to pretend otherwise. They're 100% Democrats. Getting 202 likes. Which, yeah, was it Google or Facebook? Yeah, Google, when Trump won in true, leftist fashion, again, I make a delineation between Democrats and leftists, they just broke down and cried, and they said it's our job to make sure he never gets elected again. Was that Google or was that Facebook? It was one of the big tech companies. Let me know in the comments which one. Arthur Eagleman says, quote, election interference, getting 135 likes. You have Western Lensman saying, now imagine the same media outlets' reactions if Trump campaign had altered the headlines. We'd have a week-long, around-the-clock coverage about dangerous disinformation, getting 270 likes. That's for S84 says, you're right. Interesting how it always favors the left. These glitches keep happening. Google really needs to be broken up. The government won't do it, though. It furthers their agenda. Getting 65 likes. Which, yeah, I debate with people, how would you technically break up Google? I suppose you could spin off, or you could break apart YouTube from the search engine. But then you have Google AdSense. I mean, I don't know how you could break up the search engine into different companies like you could when the government did break up AT&T or there's a Bell back in the day with the telecom industries, where that was a little bit more straightforward. Because again, in that case, you have physical infrastructure running through communities and you can divide by area code. But how do you do that from a search engine perspective? Let me know in the comments if you think it's technologically possible. You could maybe just have Google not work in certain states. Maybe? I don't know. That'd be an interesting conversation. But of course, do I think there's a high propensity that will happen? No, of course not. Yeah, Valentina Gomez says they always say it's a glitch or accident, an error in the algorithm when it's something to do with election going to be held accountable. In 229 likes. Here. Someone has a picture of the Loch Ness Monster with the Yeti? Sasquatch riding it like a horse. It says, yeah, right, glitch. They'll never convince me. It says, more believable than 81 million votes, getting 41 likes. Someone has a picture of the Democrat Party label on a building that's falling down. It's being propped up by little beams. It says CNN, MSNBC, CBS, NBC. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of people say contrarian statements. No. Brian Fournier says, it was definitely not a glitch. I tested this today, and I could do the same thing. I could do the same thing again, getting 58 likes. JD Sharp says, what's the 5th campaign finance violation of this election cycle already? We all know it only gets charged one side. Salty Goat says, Google seems to have a lot of glitches. Why do they always favor the Democrats? Getting 51 likes. Mike Sasparilla says, this is actual real election interference, getting 100 likes. Cherry says, FBI assassination attempt errors all one way. Voting errors all one way. So Google glitch is going one way. That does not surprise me. Getting 42 likes. So, I mean, now the interesting thing will be, does the average person, will they ever know about this? Again, most people are struggling just to make a living. They're just grinding it out at the office or work. A lot of them don't do a lot of extra research, go down the rabbit hole and kind of get to the bottom of things. And a lot of them actually don't even listen to news podcasts. I think they're moderately popular, but I think an overwhelming majority of Americans don't tune in on a daily basis to political news. I wish they would, because God, the government has become so bloated and corrupt. Pretty much everything we do is regulated by big government. mean, there was a time way back in the good old days when DC was so small, no, people didn't even really care who the president was in the United States because it didn't affect their family or the business or the community. It was a long time ago in a country far, far away. But let me know, do you think this quote-unquote glitch will ever be known by the average Americans? Will there be any repercussions? Will anyone be held accountable? Or will it just be kind of swept under the rug? Let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, giving me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.